Gerber has finally done it. They have finally made essentially my dream tool. I can't believe they actually did it. That is crazy. A long time ago, I came up with this idea about taking two Gerber arm bars, adding a bit driver to it. You can see my videos on my channel, and I even have, if you're a channel member, where I tell you how you can make your own version. This is using the Leatherman core plier head. You can use many different ones, and you can take two of these arm bar handles together and make your own small multi-tool. After that, I actually did take two of the Gerber Stakeout handles, or two of the tools, and I actually combined them. So this is two of the tools right here, and then you have a spring-loaded, very chunky little set of pliers and a multi-tool with a bit driver. Now, after those sort of Frankenstein creations, Gerber did come out with the Gerber Stakeout Spark, and this was an interesting tool. It has this knife on this side. It still had this hook, which was a little peculiar. Then on the other side, it had the flint striker, the saw. We had the flint right here that you can pull out, although it is a little tough to do so. You've got the clip, the roller markings, fairly minimalist tool right here. And then Gerber came out with the Stakeout drive. Now, why is this exciting? Well, this is exciting because I think they are getting closer and closer to being competitive to the Saga PowerPint and the Leatherman Skeletal. Are they there yet? We'll keep watching this video. All right, so what we have right here is essentially unchanged in the plier head department. This will be pretty much the same as the Stakeout Spark, the same set of pliers, and we do see these in another Gerber product as well. The other product that we see these in is actually the Gerber Crucial. To be honest, I sort of forget that this even exists. It just isn't really on my radar much these days, but Gerber does, I believe, still sell this tool. Gerber Crucial is a fairly minimalist tool, and it's probably not that bad. It's just not something that I enjoy carrying at the moment, especially since we have this new and exciting revised version from Gerber. Now, the Stakeout drive has a very nice pocket clip. You do have the clip on this side. Notice that the Spark had the pocket clip, but one of the really exciting things is we get a lot more tool spaces, where the Stakeout Spark had only two tool slots and then it had this hook. Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't a huge fan of that. Now we have 4 tool slots on the Stakeout drive. Really, really neat. Now on the bottom, because it says drive, yes, we do get a bit driver. Now they classify this as a bit holder, but to me it looks like this could be used as a 1/4-inch nut driver and also a screwdriver. I'm not sure why they just classify this as a holder. It is interesting that they have included the Torx drive and the Phillips. Then on the actual driver, you have the Phillips and the flat edge. And then they finally did it. They added the Gerber arm bar slim bit driver to this tool. Yeah, so this is exactly what Gerber should have done. It just makes sense. You already have the Gerber arm bar slim. Why not add it to a plier-based version? Good job, Gerber, finally. You do have the roller markings on both of these sides, on the side of the frame. And finally it locks. Now on the Gerber armbar, it doesn't lock, but we finally get a locking slim driver. Really, really cool. Is this a drop in for the Leatherman Wave? I don't know. It might work. It might work. Of course, you'd still have to cut the frame size, but Gerber finally might have made something that's very easily able to mod without having to actually grind down part of the end of this tool. But I digress a little bit. Now on this side, there is the chisel. This file on both sides. So it is a file and a chisel, very sharp chisel. This reminds me a lot of what's in, I believe it's the Dual Force. So it sort of reminds me of a mini Dual Force, these tools. And then this knife, I believe that is carried over pretty much the same from the Spark. Yeah. So the knife is there. We've talked about the chisel and the driver. Then on the other side, we actually get a set of scissors. Now, this is pretty much my perfect tool set right here. This is, I couldn't really ask for more. Gerber is doing an excellent job, but I have a sinking feeling that these scissors are not very good. I really hope they're good, but these are, I think, the first time I've seen scissors like this on any Gerber. So let's go ahead and do the paracord test. And how will Gerber do? Oh, man. Yeah, not so good. The way these scissors feel, they feel like, yeah, they do not feel very good. Wow, that is so disappointing. So I feel like Gerber missed a huge opportunity with the scissors. These scissors, they really should have made them better. Gerber has made a lot better small scissors in the past. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, these are not very good scissors at all. And that's a big, big miss from Gerber. So these are the original scissors from the Gerber Stakeout, the half tool, and these work so much better. I do not know why Gerber has the scissors. They just need to slim these down a little bit. And these are so much better than the new ones in this drive. So that's a huge disappointment, but the scissors aren't everything. I still love a lot of things about this tool. Then when we get to the end here, we've got the clip, and then I don't know, I guess in a pinch you could almost use, this is just plastic right here. So I guess you could use the side of this almost a little bit for a hammering surface. But that is what we have on this brand new tool. No inner tools, but a very minimalist tool set. All right, so we will get to the weight and the length of this tool in a little bit, but I just wanted to go over the back here. We already talked about the clip. This is labeled as the bottle opener, 3-grit file and chisel, plain edge blade. So on this side, we have the flip bit driver, extra bit storage, the scissors. This is the number 2 cross bit and 3/16 inch flat bit. The number 1 cross bit and T25 Torx bit, wire cutters, needle nose pliers, standard plier, deep carry clip, and the ruler. So this is made in China. It is designed and engineered in Oregon, and Gerber does not, I don't think, talk much about what this is made out of, but it's probably 5CR or something similar, or maybe even less. Let's go ahead, bring out the scales, and see what this comes in at. All right, we've got the scales right here, 188 grams, which transfers to 6.7 ounces right here. All right, so it's not the lightest tool, but it definitely isn't extremely heavy. I feel like Gerber has done a pretty good job with most of this, except the scissors. Why Gerber? Why? But otherwise, yeah, I feel like this is a pretty neat little tool. Now, in the past, some people have criticized the pliers as being absolutely awful, but remember, Gerber means this to be a smaller tool. So they do not mean this to be a surge. It's not meant to be a large tool. I think it's probably fine the way the pliers are. I don't really mind them that much. Again, this is meant to do a lot smaller task. And yeah, pretty happy with most of what Gerber has done with this tool. Now, the one big item you need to know about is the price. This price is high. This comes in at $79. Yes, you heard it right. That is outstandingly high. Very, very, very high. Astonishing. $74 at REI, which is where I bought this, and it ships really fast. You can get some club membership with REI that also gives you some discounts if you so desire. I did not this time, but it does look interesting. But yeah, this is a very expensive tool. Now it is $10 cheaper than Leatherman's equivalent, the Skeletal. I guess one of the cheaper versions of the Skeletal. This comes in around $89. That is crazy. And then for versions like this one right here, it's actually $100. Now, I know people say over and over that small multi-tools are not worth making because they cost just as much to make as larger multi-tools. And maybe that is the case. It's hard to believe, but it probably is the case. But it is unfortunate that these prices are so high. Overall, I am excited about this. No, it's not perfect, but yeah, it's pretty exciting to think about some of the modding capabilities, some of the things that I can do with this. There is a silver with the black, sort of the tuxedo, and then there is the all black version. Now, from what I see on Gerber's website, they say they are all sold out at the moment. They are restocking. So you can buy this on REI. I will try to put a link below. Let me know what you think about this brand new Gerber Stakeout drive.